Hey guys, this is Bsholz, and I'm bringing you guys a dual commentary with my good friend C-Pine. We're gonna try this out and see how you guys like it. So we got a defenders game for you guys on Metro, and we're gonna push up here in the beginning. And I guess I'll let C-Pine introduce himself here.
Hey guys, I'm C-Pine. Check out my latest commentary. We'll be putting one up for Bsholz soon, hopefully within the week or hopefully within a couple days. So check us out, sub to our channel. Thanks.
I'm running the engineer class, and it's got to be the best running gun class there is. So if you're coming off a Call of Duty franchise, I highly suggest you use this class. It'll be the most easy to use for you because you're used to it. I'm also gonna give you guys a good example of when to change the burst on, or when to change the fire rate on your gun. That's D-pad down. It's either full auto, or this gun is just full auto and semi, but some guns have full auto, semi, and burst.
Actually coming up very shortly should be that example. Going up to pushing up into this spawn, into the other team's spawn, this far, there's definitely some flaws with it because, like, your team usually doesn't come up there with you, and right there, he just switches gun over to the semi-auto and kill the kid across the map. But your team usually doesn't come up with you, so you're basically relying on yourself, and sometimes it gets really hard, but I mean, if you can handle it, then by all means do it, but just don't do it on me, because I'll get pissed the fuck off, and then I'll play solid.
You just saw that guy walk through a rock, right?
Yeah, that's, I don't know, Dice need to fix that.
This beta is still not completely good, not completely polished yet, I should say. There's still some stuff that they need to work on, like the flashlights. I know I've been bitching about that, guys, but it's a big problem. I slap it on because, you know, when I walk into a room, you just get fucked over if you don't have one, and if someone's pointing it in your face, you automatically lose. And it's just really tough. So I really suggest you guys go tweet Battlefield and, you know, let them know that you guys want that shit down.
So right there you see a primary example of Bsholz getting killed with a guy with a fucking sun on his gun. That's complete horseshit. Also, I didn't mention this before, and I should have. We did edit out a lot of deaths. So don't think that we're not dying a lot, or he's not dying a lot, because, I mean, he's not trying to look, we're not trying to make him look good, like, look great, I mean, because there's not a lot of deaths. So a couple times throughout the gameplay, you'll see the scoreboards come up. Also, get raped, you two suck. Also, switching to your pistol when you're, like, out of ammo with your primary gun is a great tactic, especially if you have a suppressed pistol, because sometimes it's easier just to switch your pistol instead of reloading.
Another thing I want to go back to is I go 41-9 this game, so I do have a good KD, but we edited out also the boring parts. This match was 17 minutes long, and we ended up trimming it down to about 11 minutes to try to, you know, make it as efficient as possible. We don't want to bore you guys. But quickly, before I give it back to Connor, when I died outside of the map, there was no way I could have even gotten back in my defensive position. I think that DICE should offer you the option to spawn on your squad and not count it as a death, because technically you're out of the map, so it should, like, kill you, shouldn't it? Because when you walk out of the map, you get, like, that 10, 9, 8 countdown before you commit suicide. So DICE should definitely offer you the option to spawn back on your squad, but I don't think it should count as a death.
Pretty much, if you're in the other team spawn and they push up so far that you get pushed back into the next base, that's pretty much a death. Like, it's pretty bull, because you have to haul ass across the fucking map, get pooped on, get the haul ass across the map back into your spawn. It's a pain in the ass. I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion.
And it's not even fair because I'm doing my job, and if my team was anywhere near decent, they would have helped me out, and they would have made sure nobody got through, because as you guys saw in the beginning of the game, I was killing a lot of kids. I mean, I was definitely doing my job. So that's just not fair. I shouldn't get an automatic death because my team let people leak through, and I think that's something that they really need to think about.
The attachments on this gun are the red dot sight, the grip, and the laser sight. the grip, we read the description and we think that it's pretty bullshit what that does. It's to reduce horizontal kick on your gun when it should reduce both horizontal and vertical, because I mean your gun definitely still has a shit ton of kick. Alright, that was bullshit. That kid spawned there with a flashlight, so that's not even like,
Yeah,
that's not
I
even
know.
fair. Anyways, so we think that the grip should be like updated so that it reduces vertical too. Also the laser light, if you guys don't know this, like if you have it on, I suggest you look at your crosshairs and then turn it off and see what it does. It like decreases the amount of spread that your crosshairs have when hip firing, which is definitely a great tactic, especially if you're like a runaround sniper. It's good for no scoping too.
I see a lot of people ruin their matches on this base on defense, on this third base. The best way to defend this base is you want to have your team move up and go to the left and middle staircase, the left and front staircases, because if you can control those two, you can keep them pinned in your spawn. And what people don't understand is spawn killing is so powerful in this game if you want to win, because the maps are so linear that it's not like they could run around the building and go out on the outside or something like that. They have to come straight through you, straight through the heart of your defense, and it's hard if you're doing your job and you guys are posting up in the right areas. So this staircase is the front staircase I was talking about, and right in front of me over there where the guys are coming up from, that's the left staircase. Those are the two most important places to post up, and I really suggest if you're organized that you do that.
I mean, that's fair too. Like if the defending team is good enough to be able to hold down the first two staircases, I think that that's perfectly fine. That's like that's the attacking team's fault that they can't get in. Like sometimes if that means you have to go into the back staircase, we call it the escalator. We have code names for everything. That right with the RPG across the map. We have code names for everything when we play like at home, like with each other, and that definitely works out. So I suggest if you play with a squad or like even with just your friends, make some code names up. It's a great tactic to have, and it works perfectly.
Another thing I was really disappointed about was that I don't think there's extended mags in this game. And me, being a multi-kill whore, I just love getting multi-kill sprays. 4 guys, 5 guys, like Call of Duty, really, that's my favorite thing about the game. But in this game, it's really difficult because most guns only have about a 30 bullet clip, and that's really not enough to get 4 to 5 guys unless you hit every single shot. So I was kind of hoping that this game would be the one to put extended mags in. I know Call of Duty's had it in the past, but I really wanted this game to have extended mags in it, and so far I did not see them, unless they're adding them into the real game and they're keeping them out of the beta.
Which they have done a lot of stuff with that, like the EOD bot. I don't know if you said it, but it can arm bombs. Sorry, I studied a little bit. It can arm bombs, and it can also repair vehicles. So there's no vehicles in the beta, which I don't like about it. But you definitely can use it to arm the bombs, which is great because it pretty much prevents a death. And yeah, I think that once the real game comes out with all the vehicles, it's gonna be a great thing to have.
I know a lot of people are shitting on the beta, including us. We're always pointing out the flaws in it, but the things that nobody really seems to realize, and a lot of people are saying, oh, it's bad and they're gonna lose sales because of this beta, is that there's no vehicles left. There's no vehicles in this beta, and that's what makes Battlefield. And people are just not understanding that the Battlefield isn't a primary shooting game. It's a vehicle and shooting game equally. And we haven't even seen the jets. The fucking PC has the jets though. I think that's bullshit. But we don't have the jet map. I think that's Caspian Border. We don't have that. We just have Operation Metro without any vehicles. And so you guys haven't even seen the full game yet. So you guys got a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely more gameplay to look forward to when the actual game comes out. I mean, I know I'm like dying to play the real game with every map and every gun and all that, but hopefully this game will just be fixed by then. Like whether that mean they push back the release date or whatever.
There's also a lot of friggin' unlocks that you can't get in the beta. Like, I think there's Mortar Strike for support, which hasn't been able to be used in the beta, and I'm really anxious to see how that works. I'm also anxious to see how there's certain sniper ones. I forget the name. I think it's like the So Flam or something like that. I think it destroys vehicles. I want to see how that works. If it's similar to like a laser designator as it was in the previous Battlefield games, I don't know, but I'm really anxious to see how those work out.
So anyways, here comes the end of the beta, or end of this commentary. We hope that you guys liked it. Some comments on it, and give us some feedback about how you like this little commentaries. Hopefully it worked out well. So again, I'm C-Pine.
I'm Bsholz, and also leave us some tips for commentating because we are new to this, so let us know what we're doing wrong. I know we stutter a little bit. We'll get better at it, I promise, guys, but thanks for watching.
Sub to us too. Thanks, guys.